What is going on, guys? BriarRabbit here. It is Friday. That means Zer is back at the tower. He's right over here by the hangar. So let's go check out what he's got. All right. The first thing I noticed right off the bat is there is no heavy weapon ammo synthesis. That is a major bummer. We have been using so many rockets on Crota. It would be so nice to get them cheap from Zer. But again, I think this is the third week in a row he's not selling it. Man, that is a super big bummer. So let's check out what he's got. The Glasshouse for the Titan. I love the Glasshouse. That is a great intellect roll as well. 127 once you have it maxed out. The Glasshouse is great because instead of Blessing of Light and Weapons of Light lasting 3.5 seconds, it now lasts 5 seconds once you have this thing maxed out and equipped. This is very useful against Crota. It's very useful in all sorts of situations. I highly recommend having this thing. It's a very good piece of armor. I would definitely recommend picking it up. Don't Touch Me, I'm going to go the same direction with. I love Don't Touch Me. This is a good roll. Discipline of 111. This is actually a lot higher than the roll I already have. I'm actually thinking about picking these up again because of the high discipline roll. They're better than last week because the discipline roll was lower. Don't Touch Me is great. Taking damage from a melee attack makes you briefly invisible. Combine that with Shadowjack, and this thing actually is ready to go. It's ready and charged up by the time you become visible again. So it makes things like the Abyss trivial for hunters. It really is a great piece of armor. Situationally, of course, it's not going to be any good in PvP because usually once you get melee attacked, you're dead. So you're not going to go invisible anyway. But yeah, I really like the Don't Touch Me. I'd highly recommend picking them up. Sunbreakers, I'm not that big a fan of. I know there are some people who really like using solar grenades. Combined with Radiance, it actually really makes sense. It's situationally very good because you can block off entrances. You can do a ton of damage with your solar grenade because they last longer. But to me, there's just better exotics available for Warlocks. But if you really like solar grenades and you really like using Radiance, you know, Sunbreakers could be a really good choice for you. I just think that there's better out there for the Warlock. Plan C is our weapon of the week, and I love Plan C. I think this is one of the best fusion rifles. No, it is the best fusion rifle in the game. Unfortunately, a quick note about fusion rifles. Bungie announced yesterday that these things are going to get a nerf. Their cone of fire is actually going to get wider than it currently is. So it's going to be harder to get those like one-shot kills at a distance with fusion rifles. So if you want to check out why people hate Plan C so much, now is the time to pick it up, bring it into the Crucible, see the power it has. It has a really fast charge rate, high impact, great range. It is a beast of a fusion rifle in PvP. It's also really good in PvE as well, but it is going to get nerfed soon, so be aware of that. But now's the time. I mean, if you ever want to see how good this thing is right now, this is the last chance you got. So I'd probably pick it up just based for that. Exotic Shard, of course, we've got the Exotic Shard, and our Exotic Engram this week is a Gauntlet Engram. I just picked this up, actually, and it decoded to be Don't Touch Me. And it was a worse roll than what he is selling now. And it was actually, it was better than the roll I currently have, upgraded by only 2 discipline points. So it was basically worthless to me. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to kind of test your luck on these exotic engrams, and I would definitely recommend using Motes of Light for that. I think it's probably the best use of Motes of Light when the Iron Banner isn't around. Being able to reroll Iron Banner weapons is a better use, I think. But yeah, Exotic Engram is Gauntlets for the week. Let's take a look at what he's got for already equipped exotics. Achlyophage Symbiote, if you haven't upgraded this yet, definitely worth upgrading. Crest of Alpha Lupi is probably a skip. I really like it because it makes you a great team player. It's not going to help you kill anything faster, but it's going to make your whole fire team more effective, and you're going to spawn more orbs to make them more powerful. You'll revive them faster. I mean, you're going to be a popular team player, but it's not going to actually help you kill anything faster. An Insurmountable Skullfort, I think, is very underrated. It is the only Titan exotic that allows you to replenish health when you pick up orbs, which makes it super valuable in the Crota fight. I actually switch between this and other exotics during that Crota fight so I can replenish my health when I pick up orbs. Just based on that, I would upgrade it. No backup plans. Increase the duration of Force Barrier. I find not to be all that useful. You may find a use for it in PvP, but I would probably skip this one. Skull of Daira Hamkara, again, he's never sold this, so many people don't actually have it. He has sold the upgrade for it for about 3 weeks now. So, I mean, you probably already have it upgraded if you have it. Anybody who's gotten the drop since the DLC came out, then you don't need it. So, I can't imagine there's many people who actually need to upgrade this at this point. Light Beyond Nemesis, I love this helmet. I especially love when my teammates are using it, just like they love when I'm using the Crest of Alpha Lupi, because they can revive teammates faster, they spawn more orbs, and again, useful in the Crota hard mode to replenish health when you pick up an orb. I would definitely upgrade this. Probably my major recommendations would be Light Beyond Nemesis, an Insurmountable Skull Fort, and Acleophage Symbiote this week. All right, for weapons, we've got Hardlight, a weapon I've still never gotten. People seem to be split on this. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's probably not a top-tier exotic weapon, but again, I don't have it to test, so I couldn't really recommend. Suros Regime is definitely a top-tier exotic. However, it's going to get a nerf as well. All auto rifles are going to get a 2.5% damage decrease with the February update, so be aware of that, but I'd still upgrade this if you haven't done it already. Mida Multi-Tool, a very underrated weapon. It's a stellar weapon. It makes your character move so much faster. It's very good in PvP. It's very good in PvE. If you haven't upgraded this yet, now's definitely the time. Thorn, of course. Everybody knows Thorn is awesome now. Definitely upgrade this if you haven't done it already. Can't imagine there's too many people who haven't. Same as Icebreaker. I can't imagine there's anybody still sitting with a 300 attack Icebreaker unless you have multiples. I would definitely upgrade your Icebreaker if you haven't already. And super good advice, I'd probably, I don't know, it's just situationally, it can be kind of cool. I've heard of cool uses for it if you're creative, but it's definitely not a top tier exotic. My priorities would be Suros Regime, Mida Multi-Tool, Thorn, and Icebreaker. You probably have most of them upgraded at this point. I don't think it's the first time an upgrade has been sold for any of them. But Icebreaker, Suros, Thorn, Mida Multi-Tool, they're all top-tier weapons. All right, Curios. What do we got here? We got hand cannon telemetry, we got shotgun telemetry, and we got rocket launcher telemetry. So if you want to upgrade any of those types of weapons, this will help you do it faster. We've got a plasma drive, and we've got a void drive to upgrade your rare blue sparrow to a legendary sparrow and change the color of the contrail. And Urn of Sacrifice, I still haven't done that on my Warlock yet. So that's it, guys. That is what Xur's inventory is. Overall, I think it's pretty decent. Glasshouse is good. Don't Touch Me is good. Sunbreakers, other people like them more than I do. But I think they're actually good. Plancy is awesome. It's going to get worse, though, once that February patch hits. And we got some good upgrades as well. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.